Shabbat Shalom. In this week's Parshat Vayishlach, Jacob is heading back to the land of Israel, where he's confronted by a message that Esau is running towards him. 400 generals, 400 men are chasing after him. They are planning to do untold cruelty and destroy him. And then, the night before the fateful meeting, Jacob is left alone, and a stranger fights with him and wrestles with him the entire night. In the morning, Jacob holds on to the stranger, was not let him go, and he says to him, "Tell me your name." And the person refuses to reveal his identity. The rabbis in the Medrash interpret that this man was not just a human being, but was actually the Saror Shel Esau, the angel Esau, that came to attack Yaakov, deal with the demons of who are you, Esau, Yaakov? Are you really Yaakov or are you Esau? Who are you? But on a deeper level, this story is one about the challenges that are going to be facing the Jewish people. Because at the end, Yaakov wakes up in the morning, but the stranger has hit him on the thigh. He's tried to attack the next generation. He's tried to prevent him from having any more children. And thus, what the angel is telling Jacob is that even if you succeed, I can get your children, and I can get them to sway and not be part of Am Yisrael and the Jewish people. So Yaakov says to this angel, this being, Ma shmecha, what is your name? What is it about a name? Why do we need to know names? Moses asked God, B'ma'ida, what is your name? How are you called? A name means to define something. The Hebrew word for name is Shem. Shem means to point there. I can point to you and say, this is who you are. I can define what you are. And thus, Yaakov says to this angel, the stranger, who are you? What is this force of you? Why are you challenging me at night? How can I protect myself and my children and my future generations from you? Tell me who you are so I know what to expect and how to contend with you. And the angel responds, you will never know my name because I don't appear to you. I don't have a name. I'm constantly shifting. You beat me this way, I'll come to you this way. You beat me as poor Jews, I will attack you when you are wealthy. Let's see how you do with wealth. I will attack you physically, I will attack you spiritually, I will attack you financially. I will ban you, and I'll do everything I can to undermine you. And therefore, always be on your guard for what the challenges that you're going to be facing. So Yaakov learns an incredibly important and powerful lesson. And that is, number one, you are going to be attacked. And you will survive their attack. But there's going to be some sort of collateral damage. The damage may not be with you, it will be with your children. And we know this for a fact, that things that we take for granted, that we do without even questioning, our children are going to question. When it comes to whatever it is that society is throwing to us, the challenges of the next generation cannot be resolved with the answers from a previous generation. There are things that we do as adults and as parents, and we have certain assumptions, which our kids just don't have. They just don't have the same experiences. I once bought a computer game for my son. He loves history. And I wanted him not just to be mucking around and playing silly games. So it was a game about the Napoleon conquests of Europe. So you learned history, you played games, it was a strategy game, it was fantastic. He was 8 years old at the time. I said to him, do you like this game? I love the game. I love this idea, the strategy, the thinking. He loves his history. I just have one question, Abba. I said, what's that? He says, who's Napoleon? I said, what? You never heard of Napoleon? I'd assume that obviously he knows of Napoleon because I do. And how many other assumptions are we making with regards to our children? We assume that they have the same understanding, the same level of faith, the same commitment that we have. But that is not true. It's a different generation. There are different challenges that they are facing. They don't have to look. We didn't have to worry about mobile phones and the computer that is in our pockets. Our children do. They are being influenced all the time by different ways than we ever can even imagine. And thus, the challenge for our generation is different from the one that we faced, and different from the ones that our parents had to contend with. And thus says the angel to Yaakov, you can battle with me in the night. You think you defeat me, but you will never know my name. Because you think you've got me now, I will just change my approach. I'll find another way to attack you and hurt you. And thus, when the angel leaves him, Yaakov receives the greatest gift and inspiration. And that is the need to be able to pivot and to realize that what worked for this generation doesn't work for that generation. What worked this year is not going to work next year. Everything is changing. The angel that attacks us is constantly in flux, and we need to be aware of that and respond in kind. Shabbat Shalom.